I know there was Ian Smith in South Jersey. Did you have any connection with him at all, or what was the ebb and flow there?
Not prior to it, no. So we made the announcement first, right, in that group. Next day, I guess maybe I don't know exactly what. I mean, I've heard different stories with those guys, and I've coordinated more with his partner Frank. But the next day, they get on, I think, one of the New Jersey radio shows, and they get on Tucker Carlson the next night. So they kind of they got up the gate first as far as media goes, and then that's obviously why they garnered a lot of national attention too. And that, I mean, look, we chatted a few times. We both spoke at that event down the shore together. But I always got the vibe from him, nice guy, smart guy, that he wanted to keep distance from me, right? Because I've heard him on other interviews where, we're the only ones that did it. I'm like, no, you guys didn't start this. And again, I didn't do it for attention, but I'm like, tell the truth, it was over far. But that was a red flag to me. Okay, what was the actual motive? Which I believe was PR, right? So it's great PR, being in the press. You always want to be in the press. You always want to be in media. But that is not why we did it. So we spoke together at that event down there. I haven't talked to him in a while. But you look at the results. We got results in 3 days. They were getting fines a year later still. So
you seemed like you took a more honest approach, in your opinion.
It's they were more force, where mine was really from my heart. I remember we spoke at that event down the shore. So he went first. There's congressmen, there's always people, and he gave a good speech, man. But it was you could tell it was aggressive. It was trying to get people amped up. Then I go up, and I remember it was on one of the channels. And my friends text me like, that was the most bizarre thing to witness. Because when I went up, I talked about fear and how fear doesn't exist, but everybody got quiet. It was completely different energy. It wasn't trying to get people. It was just like, listen, use this as a learning tool, what the fear is and how people are trying to control you with fear. And it's just a figment of your imagination. It wasn't like, we got to fight against them. What are you fighting against, right? Fighting is not really going to do anything. You take that to what we did against the state or what was going on around the world, really. These type of people, I'm not talking about Ian, I'm talking about like the leftist ideology. If you stand up to them, and you could try to cancel me, I could give two shits. It doesn't make any difference. Like, I had a lot of nasty messages, a lot of nasty emails. I don't care then. So they back down. Once you stand up, you don't have to use physical force. They back down as soon as they realize, oh man, I picked on the wrong person, or they're not gonna acquiesce and just be scared of the social judgment that's gonna come their way. They back away. They shrink away, man. So that's a huge lesson.
Yeah, I like how I came up with a term a few months ago, respectful rebellion. You respectfully rebelled. I think there's a time where you need to sometimes be aggressive, like I was saying earlier. Sometimes you have to just, like, no, this is what it's going to be, but not at that time that you did it, because it had just started and everyone was scared. So I think the philosophical, empathetic thing to do was actually do what you did, which was to speak on fear, which, by the way, I saw you put a post a few months ago saying that, I think I'm a philosopher. I'm like, Kyle, I could have told you that 2 years ago. We are both philosophers, all right?
Funny, man. That's funny, man.
We are both philosophers, and that's because I'm not exactly sure the exact definition of philosophy, but it's about thinking about things from an abstract, 3D, 5-dimensional view, and always saying like, hey, I don't have everything figured out, but there's so many different angles that I have to open my mind to here. And that goes for life, and that goes for how you, like you said, moving in that energy.